Rob, I want to talk about something because this happened a couple days ago, and I don't feel like we gave it enough attention. People come here because they love us to talk about hot celebrity goss.
Celeb goss. They love the goss. Yep.
They love the goss. And we did not get a chance to talk about this thing that happened, which I am obsessed with. Did you see this image of what people assume is Casey Affleck?
Didn't we talk about it a little bit with Brandon?
I thought you and I talked about this on a text chain because I don't think it came up, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, I can't remember, but let's get into it. What's your take on this? I always like, I love making fun of famous people and all these paparazzi. I have very little sympathy for stupid celebrities. So
people are asking like, who is that? What's going on? I'll explain it to you right now. So Ben Affleck was dating, sorry, hold on a second. The sun is really, I've never seen this come in. Like, let me ask June. Hey, June, can you drop down that curtain? It is coming in.
You look like the Terminator.
It really is. I've never seen it this intense. Hold on one second. June, that one, the one above the TV. Thanks.
Hey, you don't have to boss your wife around.
I'm not bossing her around.
All of us. I mean, everybody, I just want you guys to know that I would never talk to my wife like that.
Hey, I asked her politely and she did it really nicely. My eyes are now in that zone where I can't see. All right. So if you don't know the story, Ben Affleck has been dating Ana de Armas, who is from Knives Out and a bunch of other stuff. They broke up. And the day after it was announced they broke up, this was seen outside of Ben Affleck's house, them throwing away a standee of Ana de Armas. Now, people assume that it's Casey Affleck who is throwing it away because if you zoom in on his eyes, it looks like Casey and he's been living with his brother for a while. But this is a real picture, like the day after the breakup, of throwing away her like life-size standee.
So how do we know? I've zoomed in on this and it does look kind of like his eyes, but you can't tell for sure. I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how big that trash can is.
He has denied it, but I have to say, when you look at it, who else is doing it? Like that doesn't look to me like a gardener, because it just feels like Casey Affleck is like, I'm going to throw it away for you because you can't be seen throwing it away. I'm going to get dressed up. I'm going to revive my character. Remember that character that he did that was like that? Was that him or was that? Wait, was that Joaquin Phoenix?
That was Joaquin. Yeah. But I mean, it is weird that he's wearing gloves. Like I could see that if that was like the maintenance guy or like the landscaper guy, but I don't, it's hard to tell, man. It is. But so what is his take? He says it's not him.
He says it's not him. He's like, I don't know who did it. But all right, then talk to me about this. How do you tell if it's not Casey, then what do? You tell your gardener like, hey, when you're taking out the trash today, can you also take out this lifestyle? This is 7 foot tall Ana de Armas. Like it's an awkward conversation to have. Like no one broke it down before. It's just a full, like just fold it in half.
Well, first of all, why do you have a cutout of your girlfriend?
It was a bit that he did when she got home from the airport one time. It was celebrities. They photographed us when he originally did it. He put it out on her front lawn it was like a cute little couple thing. Okay. And then I guess it stayed in the house. And then you don't want that staring at you if you got like if you're in a relationship, you don't need that in the house anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Now, my other question, Paul, and you're friends with Casey Affleck. I know you guys hang out a lot. Why is he living with his brother? That seems
I think that Ben is like in between homes, and when he was here with Ana de Armas, he was like, I'm going to hang out at Ana de Armas's house and drink my Dunkin' Donuts. And so I think he was like, I'll crash at my brother's. I'm guessing he likes to live Boston, New York, or something else. Who knows?
Okay, yeah.
Or as someone's saying in the chat, maybe they're just COVID bubbling. Like that's kind of nice too,
Yeah, for sure. I think, I think Justin Long is doing that. Justin Long, I think, lives with his brother in New York or something. But
a lot of people have like picked up that kind of like there's been a lot of unlikely pairings. It's like, hey, I'm single. Let's not do this alone. Let's go to it. Bubble Bros. Yeah.
Well, your buddy Affleck has had some allegations of not being so nice to women. Is that right? So this looks especially bad if this is him throwing her in the dumpster.
Well, yeah, look, I can't get into any of that. Look, that is, that I will just say that it is an odd thing. It doesn't look like that it will fit in the dumpster. It feels like this is a flawed plan. It feels to me like a publicity stunt, but I don't want to do this to you live on air, but I kind of feel like if we're talking about this, I kind of have to address.
Wait, because we didn't really get to talk before the show today, so I don't know where you're going. I hope you're not thinking what I think you're thinking.
Yeah, well, Rob, I think look, you've been papped.
No. But I will. I thought you were going to bring this up. I would ask you, all bits aside, as a friend. Yeah. I think what you're thinking about has already been debunked, so we don't even need to get into it.
Rob, it has not been debunked. All right, I don't want to. Again, I don't want to do this to you live on air, but you need to address.
This is gotcha journalism.
It's not gotcha, Rob. It's not. You need to answer for what you've done, and I mean, I think it's very clear that. Okay, yeah. Take a look.
Okay,
is that you?
That could be anybody. What that's someone with hair like mine.
Wearing a Bob's Burger. You're on Bob's Burgers. Am I right about that?
Sometimes. I'm not a regular, but I have been on the show.
So you would get like a crew gift, maybe with a Bob's Burger.
What is that? That person throwing away a cutout of a baby. Okay, I would not throw away a baby in a dumpster. So I knew you were gonna. I heard that my publicist contacted me and said, there's some pictures out there. You might want to get ahead of this. I know, it doesn't look great for you right now. And I said, there's no way my face or the face of this person is covered. So it's plausible deniability. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I know what plausible deniability is. I was on the OJ trial. Look, I'm telling you that I zoomed in on your eyes and I saw it, and it's just not this one picture.
I wear glasses, Paul.
Hey, okay. Look at this. Now you see the paparazzi catching you. You're pointing at them, and that's the angry eyes that people know. No, those are the eyes.
Yeah, that's a guy who doesn't have glasses. I wear these bad boys everywhere. I am literally blind without my glasses. I wouldn't be able to go out to the trash.
All right. Really? Then, what is this? You're coming at the camera with what? A tactical whip.
Well, some people say it's a sex whip. I don't. That's a very popular home self-defense tactical weapon that I coincidentally own, but that is not what I'm trying to tell you. Is that's not me. I don't have.
Rob,
I'm not.
This
I'm not
is
gonna.
Clearly, you're attacking a paparazzo who is clearly getting you throwing a baby in the dumpster. You vile, cruel man.
I don't take out my own trash, Paul. Okay?
Well, it looks like Well, all right. Let's look at this next shot then. What's happening here? Well, you hit the paparazzi. That is a full-on hit. You've hit them.
Let me just look and see if that is me. I don't know.
Yeah, look at that.
I do have a similar hoodie. That's not me.
You're wearing the hoodie right now, I believe.
No, let me see.
Yeah, you're wearing the exact same hoodie. Let's take a look here. There you are again. Here it is.
Let me try to act it out for you. There, here. Let me get my sex. Where's my sex whip? Hold on.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
I hold it in a different way. I'm just telling you, this isn't me. Why would I throw a baby in the dumpster?
Okay, people in the chat,
all babies are miracles. All babies are precious. None of them should be even cardboard ones should not ever be thrown away.
I heard that you got a funny baby welcome home gift for your daughter, and now you threw that away, and your daughter, this is not the way that we should be showing people. People say if the hoodie fits, you must have quit. But I would say if the hoodie, this is Jonah Ramos. People say it's time to absolve yourself, Rob. Admit it.
Okay, fine. It was me. That was a prop that I had for a long time. It was a baby that I used to use on stage at UCB. I thought it was funny, but now I came out in the garage and it kind of creeped me out because I've been doing this fucking ghost show and I saw this ghost baby and it got into my brain. And so I was trying to get rid of it. And as soon as I take it out there, I go outside for 1 second and I'm getting flashed everywhere I go.
You
everywhere I go.
You know that when you're on the cover of these gossip rags, the Daily Mail, people are trying to get these stories here. Like this is, and I will tell you, Rob,
want this to get out. I don't want this to get out.
Rob, let me just tell you
bad.
something.
It looks bad for me. My publicist said that I should kill myself.
What? Rob,
she said I should kill myself because this looks so bad. Because the cutout of the baby looks so real. I'm not going to kill myself. I would never kill myself. But this looks really bad. I don't know.
This is a bad situation for you. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I will tell you this as a celebrity, talking to another celebrity and chat earmuffs right now because this is celebrity to celebrity talk. You need to hire someone to take out your baby trash for you. Like I would never do it myself. You can hire people to do this. Do your dirty work.
Paul, celebrity. I would say the major celebrity to
celebrity. Yeah.
No. We're on different levels. I'm a major celebrity. You're just a celebrity.
Okay, all right.
Major celebrity to regular. Celebrity.
Sure. Okay, sure.
Do you have the phone number for Ray Donovan, the fixer?
I could get you Ray's number, but Rob, when Ray makes you agree to something, you have to owe Ray something. I think. I'm not sure. I've never seen or worked with Ray Donovan, but I'm assuming that is part of the deal.
You never saw the show. You never saw it.
I know the premise of the show is that Ray Donovan.
Doesn't Black Monday lead into Ray Donovan on Showtime?
Who knows what we lead into or lead out of? Shy, shameless, whatever the situation is. We're a big family over at Showtime. Well, this is exciting.
Yes.
We love this guy. This is, one of the best. One of the best. He's a friend of ours. He is, an actor, a writer. He's
used to be a rapper.
Used to be a rapper. You know him from, as people have been saying in the chat, one of the best episodes of The Office. You know him from Eagleheart. You know him from 1000 Cats. You know him from Dinner with Brett Gelman. You know him from Fleabag and Stranger Things. The guy is he's a juggernaut. He's the best. We love him. Please welcome Brett Gelman. What's up, Gelman?
Yes. Yeah.
The lighting is crazy. Is the
you look great. By the way, Gelman, I got to say, when people heard you were on the show, it was before the show started. People just all quoting their favorite Gelman bits in the chat. Yes, very excited to see you.
Oh my God, that's so fantastic. That's so surprising to me.
Yeah, I know. A very warm house. A very warm house.
I'm not used to recognizing that.
I want to ask you a question about this stash that you have, because I have not seen this stash. As someone who had to have my stash for Black Monday, I found it to be incredibly empowering. I miss it, and I loved having it. What's your opinion about the stash?
I dig it. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I think I'm like living out some sort of like legacy from the men, the elder men of my family, my father, my uncles. But I will say, I'm going to turn off this overhead light because it's
okay.
I will say that there's no more like hiding that I have to like lose weight. When you have a beard, you're like, oh man, I'm like a bear, and it's like still cool. And I'm like, you don't know what's under there. And now I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm happy with. I mean, it's not like I hate how I look, but you know.
By the way, you don't look. You don't. That's on you. You don't look like that. You look good. Yeah, okay, I think with the Yankees cap on too, I feel like we are in almost like a Magnum kind of a world that I'm really enjoying in a way. Like
yes, Magnum, yeah, dude.
No, I did think about that. I did think about like how I could be like a Jewish Selleck, you know?
Yeah.
That movie. I never seen that movie Runaway before. You ever seen that movie?
Oh my God, with Gene Simmons from Kiss as the bad guy.
Yeah, that movie's really bad. He looks really good.
He's amazing. That movie is it's a Michael Crichton novel that was turned into a movie about like robotic like nanites. There's an interesting concept there, but Gene Simmons is the bad guy. It's a fun, crazy movie. I mean, we did not have this game.
Crichton directed it.
Oh, he directed it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Oh,
is Tom Selleck? Isn't he like an old like racist guy now? I assume he is.
I think so.
He's a gun guy. He's definitely a gun guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how trumped out he got, but like, he definitely is. But he's
not a cool dude.
Yeah.
Well, he does that commercial.
He does people. He definitely is. To 71 million people, he's still very cool.
He does a commercial that I'm obsessed with, where it's like he's walking down I might be frozen. He's walking down like a street, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to talk to you about life insurance. I'm not going to give you any bullshit." Like, he's angry. Like, the commercial is that he's angry that he's selling you adult life insurance. He's like, you don't want to trust me? Fine. Don't trust me. But I know I'm telling you the right thing. I'm just going to pull myself out to see if I can reset my body here. I'm going to get.
Okay.
Gelman, are you shooting something right now? Are you getting ready to shoot something?
I am shooting something. Yeah, I am shooting something right now. I can't say that. No, I can't do that right now. But you will find out about it. But dude, first of all, I mean, I haven't talked to you. I've talked to Paul, but I haven't talked to you in forever. It's crazy.
I haven't seen you. The last time I saw you was in Atwater, like right before the shit hit the fan, I think, right?
Yeah, insanity.
I
miss you.
I miss you so much, man. It's so
we all used to hang and talk all the time. We got to bring that back. That's why I think the show is the beginning of that. Also, I'm sure I'm not the first person to do this, but like, shout out to the hair you have now that you have to say, I met you.
I know. This was my look like 20 years ago, and now I've gone back to this look.
I know you're back to Steve Martin. You're back.
Yeah, I got to get that Steve Martin money. I got to get that Leslie Nielsen money.
Yes.
You know? I'm gunning for Slattery. I'm gunning for all those motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Yeah. Are you shooting right now?
I'm getting ready to shoot. This is so funny that Scheer's having these internet problems. I'm
by the way plugged in. I'm literally plugged into the Ethernet, and I have no idea why this is happening. But I'm going to figure it out. But I'm here. But I'll pop.
You're right. We can hear you.
Your voice is coming in clear.
I'm maybe gonna log out and come back in. So you guys keep on talking. I'll be back.
Selleck. Okay. It's Selleck.
I've just been shooting like little things here and there. I've shot, a couple guest spots on sitcoms and stuff, like the Goldbergs and Blackish, and but now I'm getting ready to shoot a thing tomorrow with David Gordon Green, which should be pretty fun.
Oh, awesome!
So I'm psyched about that. But so it's starting to. Starting to work again, but it's also so scary right now to be like, I don't want to be in a fucking room with a bunch of people right now. It's weird.
It's like when we were younger and we were single and you were dating and then you would, sometimes have unprotected sex,
It's exactly like that.
And then you're like, well, hope for the best.
It's exactly like that. Scheer is I'm going to fill in for Scheer because I know that Scheer
I can actually run the slides. Everything is working here, so I can if you can hear me, then that's here we go.
Yeah, we can hear you. I also have the questions if you
I have them all set up in a nice slide presentation, so
we're throwing you into a segment, Gelman, called Gelman in the Hot Seat, and it's just people
putting me in the hot seat.
Yeah, we asked people in the chat to really go after you with tough questions. So we got some of those.
All right.
Yeah, here we go. This is the first one we got here.
Subconscious anti-Semitism coming up here.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, hold on. Oh, okay. Let's see now. Okay, here we go. First question for you, from Daniel K. Yeah. What is the dumbest way you've ever been injured?
I'd have to say, well, I'm very lucky. I've never had knock on wood, I've never had any serious injury.
Okay.
But I think the dumbest way I was ever injured was that I was parasailing as a kid in Jamaica. And it was really windy out that day. And I started to come down, like the chute starts going down towards the water. And I was feeling really nauseous. And my feet got dipped in, and like a little like spritz from the ocean got sprayed in my face. And I was like, oh, that's really refreshing. I feel great. More of that, please. I go back up. It's more swaying. It's so windy. I'm like, I'm going to vomit. I start to go back down, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. I'm going to get another spray. It's going to make me feel better again. No, I get dragged across the water.
Oh, no.
It felt like 5 minutes. Then I came back up, and then rather than like pulling me in, the guys just like kept me flying. I don't know how they knew whether or not I was okay or not. I was, but then I went. It angled so that not the boat, but my parachute went over the beach, and I vomited all over.
Oh man!
Whoa!
Yeah. So that's like pretty stupid.
That's great.
I mean, car accidents.
But was that like an empowering moment in a way to see? I mean, to vomit on people from the sky. I mean, not that you were looking forward to that, but that is a once in a lifetime kind of a thing to see. I don't like. Yeah,
that sounds like a scene from that Stiller movie with Malin Ackerman, The Heartbreak Kid. Where he's like continuously getting hurt.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I could say that it was empowering, but no, it was horrifying and humiliating. I hated it. Oh. It's because vomiting is like, especially as a kid, when you vomit, it's just like your whole soul is like coming out of your body. It's just so horrible. And I like puked all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
Boats. I got motion sickness. I'm over that now. I don't do that anymore, but yeah.
Great story. Fuck.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like this. All right, let's see. All right, we have another question here. At one point I'm going to become unfrozen. This is really an interesting moment here. All right, we got this one. It says, you've played a conspiracy theorist on Netflix. Is there a conspiracy theory that you used to believe?
Wow.
Oh. Is there a conspiracy theory I used to believe? Yeah, I used to believe that white supremacy didn't control the United States of America. Yeah, but it's not. That it didn't. So that's something I'm not necessarily that I believe, but that I bought into. I'd say.
Yeah, that it was not a huge
in a comfortable way. Wasn't really a conscious belief, but it was just marching in the fold, not knowing what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So to drill down on that white supremacy was not that much of a threat. It was just like some weirdos on the sideline, but not like half the country.
No, yeah, and not like embedded in all of us too, like that we're conditioned in our own way in our commercials, movies, TV shows.
I will say that, I feel like this is something that has been like the history of the United States is really, my eyes have been opened in ways. I'm like, oh yeah, I thought this, and I was like, oh, I did not think it was this much. Yeah, like a certain way. I was like, wow, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that.
All right, here we go. Another question for you. At a party, when parties existed, how do you get out of a conversation that you don't want to have?
Got to go to the bathroom.
Okay, that's a good one.
Toilet.
And are you specific? Like, do you say, I got to go, number one, I got to go make pee-pee, I got to go take a squirt? What do you say?
I always say pee-pee, because if you say duty, then that becomes a whole other conversation. And then it's going to be, that's more humiliating than you just like being like, this is not interesting to me, this conversation right now. I also, or like a good way to do it is also like, just start talking about something that I'm upset about, or that's annoying to me. In which cases, you guys know, as my friends, will become so obsessively unbearable that person will then walk away.
Eventually. Oh yeah, you can clear a room. I've seen you clear a room before.
Yeah. Like whenever I had like a dry spell, like in dating, remember that, guys? I would.
Oh yeah.
I would be like probably doing an improv show or something, and you'd be like, "Oh man, I thought he was my friend, but I really don't want it."
I love that. Gelman, this is not on the list of questions, but it just makes me think about like how long we've known you and all the bits we've done with you on stage and even going like way back in old New York stuff. Like, where do you, because you are the king of doing uncomfortable bits, which I love and appreciate so much. And I would add though that you will take it 10 times harder than I'm willing to go. And I'm curious, like, when did you flip that switch in your brain? You know what I mean? Like, cause I feel pretty comfortable doing that, but I feel like you are the king of that. And like, there must've been a time where you said like, I love it, man. I love when you can feel that from the audience, you can feel it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, first of all, yeah, I'm not proud of some of those things. Some of those.
But it's great. Yeah. I don't mean it as a.
No. I know. No, totally. No, I mean, and I still do that. Like I still in other, when I haven't performed a lot lately, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like, like that's what was like funny to us.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to make like you guys laugh too. Yeah. It was like in a weird way that I wanted to make you guys laugh more than the audience sometimes. I also was really angry and really sort of unstable. But I think that switch came to where I was just like, I think it was like, oh, it's like so random doing shows all the time like we were doing. It became so apparent that it was so random of when an audience was going to like what you did or not. Like, it was just like, you could do one bit and it like bomb. And then another time, another night, you do the same exact bit and it kills. So then that gave me kind of a hostility for the audience for a time and made me go, okay, I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can make you laugh right now, but I do know that I can make you feel kind of bad. And I just was like, and it was also like, I don't know, it was sort of like rebelling against my own like desperation for them to like me in a way, which is like somehow like sort of like how I like act in life too. It's like, oh, like assuming that a person's not going to like me. So you know what?
I'll give you a reason to.
They don't like. Yeah, I'm gonna control you not liking me, not you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna beat you to the punch.
Completely unhealthy. Completely. Like, why assume? Do you know how many like close friends have said like, "Hey, man, I like you." Like, you don't have to worry. Like, I like you.
But don't you feel like? But then also, that kind of, and this is not just blowing smoke up your ass, but but that kind of level of performance then gets you like dinner for friends, right? Like I feel like that show was great when I saw it, but even better now. People should revisit it now in a way. Like I feel like in the last year, it almost would resonate even more. I feel like, or people are willing to kind of, but like that is one of the most hilarious, but also you're like, ooh, like you're doing something that is on Adult Swim, pushing these boundaries, doing things that are really, you're talking about race, you're talking about like, you're doing all this sort of stuff in a very interesting way. I feel like that's like the best positive version of it, which is like making people uncomfortable, but also having an underlying point to something.
Yeah. Well, that was like, I got to like give Jason Wallner credit for it too. Cause it was
directed Borat too.
Yeah. And like co-wrote and directed all of those episodes of those 3 specials. I like think that there's, I could get really pretentious right now, but I think
do it for a second because we have been having fun, but I think people, literally everyone in the chat right now is like, ooh, that's one of my favorite things. So I think be pretentious for a second because it will be interesting.
Like my whole philosophy, my artistic philosophy is that like I do think that what we do, and I think a laugh is part of this too, but like what we do, like what anything artistic is supposed to bring people out of themselves and connect them to something that is unknown. Like I think something like a laugh is unknown in the same way that I think discomfort is unknown. And I wanted to push, and then all the people that have worked closely with, have wanted to push that to a point where you're really giving the audience like a visceral experience that they're not going to forget. They're not going to, they might not like it, but they're not going to forget it. Right. And you're hoping that, not that it like, I wouldn't be so like pretentious and up my own ass to think that I'm going to like change how like everything and how you think, but I'm going to like alter a cell in your brain.
Right. If you walk away and think about something when you leave, like, I feel like that's what, like, I mean, not to like dilute it, but to say like something like Get Out tracks in a really interesting way because it's really entertaining. But then I'm like, I walk away and go, oh, whoa, hold on. It just plants a little bit of a seed in your head to like go a little bit deeper with a bigger idea or something like that. Yeah,
exactly. So it was like always like, it's never been about like just weirding people out or making people uncomfortable for discomfort's sake. It was always like about, I want to show you something about you, about me that I'm assuming you have too. And if you don't, forgive me, but like about me and showing that to you, that you'll see that in yourself. And then that'll give you a full experience,
I love that. And now, because we did go pretentious, I will go and ask you this last question from the chat, which is the most, the most silly one, which is this. It says, Brett Gelman, this is a stupid throwaway question. Dear Mr. Gelman, you play a lot of greasy ass characters. How deep does this grease go? Do you think you've hit maximum grease? And you must ask them this question exactly like that. That's what they wanted to know. That is from Karma D.
Well, Karma, I hope you're Jewish because that's borderline anti-Semitism. See, not even Janet.
Janet the dog will not allow that question.
Janet, no, I've played a lot of hey. Let me close the door. I played a lot of very flawed characters. Yeah, I get it. No, I know. Stuff's happening.
Janet likes fan questions.
Gelman, the TV character, would be especially hard on that dog right now. Gelman on you would be like, no! I think he
did we lose Gelman?
So hardcore, so abusively. Did I freeze?
You did for a second, but now you're back. You're here. You're perfect.
Okay, so let's get pretend. No, I get like, yeah, I've gotten cast as like, okay, when I was younger, I would watch, I was obsessed with Danny DeVito. I would like Louis on Taxi and like Ruthless People, and I was just like, those characters are the best. And I loved like Zero Mostel and the producers. I loved like scumbag characters. I mean, like you could even say that about Groucho Marx, So I was like, I wanted to very much to play the villain a lot of the times. And so, and so I think that those characters, I mean, I don't see them as greasy. I see them as like flawed and like, in pain. Like Martin to me is just in hell, and he's taking that out on the people around him, and he's an alcoholic and he's a destructive person. But like, I don't think you can, you guys know this as actors, like you can't play anybody, no matter how reprehensible they are. You don't think that you're reprehensible.
Right. You have to have like a caring core at your center on some level of this. Yeah.
Like when I saw, the first episode of season 2 of Fleabag, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, that's a real piece of shit.
That's what I was thinking about. Like, I mean, there is something like your character in that second season of that show has a desperation that is so like kind of realized, but like you go, ooh, like it just makes you go like, it's the way that we all know that we act when shit's going bad, and you're like, okay, I can keep this shit together. I can keep it together. And it's like, and you can't, and you're just like, you're trying to. It's really great. Yeah.
Or like if I watch Lemon, I'm like, whoa, this character is so mentally ill, but when I'm playing him, I'm like, oh, he's alienated. He feels separate. He feels like a failure. But you just take that to like a certain level. And I guess, if you immerse yourself in like the emotional life to a certain degree, it's going to really shake an audience.
By the way, I love that we went this direction on this conversation.
I love it, man. All of this
horrible? I mean, like I see,
it's great. It's great. It's great because I feel like we don't ever really have serious conversations on here, and just in general, it also just makes me want to watch Fleabag again. Like I just want to go and watch Fleabag again.
We know that you're on Twitch. Rob and I don't think what you may not know about Rob and I is when we've been doing this Twitch channel, we also like to help people. We feel like we're a little bit like talent agents in the way, and we know that you got representation, but we feel like we can make you even bigger. We want to get you into movies, and Rob and I have some movie ideas we want to throw at you and see if you like some of these ideas. Give us your honest feedback. We got a couple ideas for you,
and these are in the works. If you don't bite on these, no hard feelings. We'll take them to John Cena. We'll take them to The Rock.
Well, no, don't say that. If you're
looking for the best, you can't look anywhere else.
Okay, great. All right. Here we go.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna get my thing all ready. Here we go. And all right, here's the first movie. This is very much like maybe almost two down the middle. We just go here. We get you in a movie called Cocaine Wars. This is you're fighting. You're bringing the heat. It says man against the world's drug armies. You take down all the drug armies here. But this is like a simple, very almost like a Rambo movie. Yeah.
A lot of killing, a lot of violence, a ton of cocaine, but for a good cause.
Right. So I'm really down with this. And let me tell you, man, I clearly have the guns, as you can see.
Yes.
So you photoshopped the wrong thing. You should have just left my real guns there. And then this little gun does me no favor. I need just fists. I don't need no guns. And as long as I'm not doing the cocaine, I'm good for the movie.
Yeah, you get the cocaine. You take down the drug lords, and then you give the cocaine to kids. No,
you give it to kids. Yeah,
Boy.
All right. No,
Boy.
all right.
We could rewrite that part. We might rewrite that part.
Okay. Well, it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
All right. So obviously, we know that maybe you want to not do something that people expect. You don't want to do like an action movie, and we thought maybe you do a biopic, and this is why I thought that you would be great for this role here. Mr. Clean, what's the true story behind this man?
Now, if you don't know, you may not be familiar with this product. This is a household cleaning product. He's famously bald. He's a pretty buff guy, but no one really knows much about him. So we were thinking that you could be the guy who sort of breaks this story down for us.
Yeah, it says to clean up his town, he's got to get his hands dirty, and that's you, the Mr. Clean biopic right here.
Now we're cooking with oil. There's dirt. And when there's dirt, there's Mr. Clean.
Yes.
That's what I like. It's kind of like Death Wish with, I'm in. I like this.
It writes itself.
Man, you guys wrote it. I'm just executing.
Yeah, this is great. This is easy.
All right, here we go. Another one for you. Another biopic. The Pillsbury Doughboy, but we kind of get into here. So this is your Pillsbury. We know that little guy that you press his stomach and goes, hee, but maybe it's you as a chef behind Pillsbury. Again, it's more of an Oscar picture here. This is a serious story.
Yeah, I mean, I think to really sort of ground this one, Paul, there has to be some sort of love story here. This is maybe his family, and maybe there's a little bit of action, like his family gets abducted and he has to go and get his wife and child back.
I don't know. It's
love stories. Love stories is kind of my thing.
All right.
Yes.
If there's somebody that can pull a good love story, and especially if there's a wedding involved.
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, let's talk about that for a second.
You can see the beach wedding on the beach break this Wednesday on AEW on TNT.
Yeah, so you are the best man right now in this big wedding. This is like a big storyline that has been going on, and you also just won a battle where you have, who's your butler right now? because you got like
Charles the Butler.
Charles,
yes.
Yeah.
So you're basically putting together this amazing wedding, which I'm very excited about. In AEW, this is like this is big news. I'm excited.
It's the first ever wedding. It's going to blow this out of proportion out of any other wedding. And it's only on AEW. It's only TNT special. And of course, I'm the best man. And Chuck the Butler, we're going to have a special edition of Chuck the Butler. So if you want to not miss this huge opportunity for everybody to introduce, Chuck the Butler, please tune in.
All right. So this is next Wednesday or next Thursday, is it?
No, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, got it. Okay. Just making sure. And then
don't fuck it up, Paul.
I didn't mess. I'm sorry.
I swear I just said Wednesday.
You did. I don't know why I corrected you. I think because I thought that you couldn't always do Thursday shows, and I was like, wait, is it Thursday? I got confused.
Wednesday, February 3rd on TNT. Is that right?
Here we go.
Yeah.
AEW Dark. All right, here we go. This is another idea that we have for you. This is, again, we're talking about like franchises and big things, and we thought that maybe you would do great in this. This is Calvin and Hobbes. It's more of like, it's kind of like Hobbs and Shaw meets the famous cartoon Calvin and Hobbes. You guys that go from town to town, and you're partnered up with an animal like a cat, and you guys, again, it's more about fists. It's more about like a buddy cop movie based on a beloved children's cartoon.
Whoa. Yeah. We got to work out some of the details on that. Like eventually you guys would have to, break up and then get back together. He is a tiger, your partner is a tiger. So you have to deal with that. He's a wild animal. Maybe he goes off and kills and eats people. And you have to be like, come on, cut it out. Stop eating people, but
maybe we have a safe word that I get to call him and he just like calms down or something.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I like that. We got one more for you. And this is, if you just want to do comedy, a big comedy, we got this one for you. Aww. We'd revamp of Step Brothers. You play both roles.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You play Step Brother meets twins.
Yeah. There we go. I feel like this would actually be, I'm in line to see this movie.
I would totally see that. I would see a remake of Step Brothers with him doing Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I would love it.
We were talking about this last night. Do we want to look at Krampus first?
Yeah.
Do we want to look at? Let's go see
Krampus.
All right. So
I also brought this up.
Oh my God.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Here we go.
I can't believe that's in your house. I cannot believe that.
I got kind of into it.
Whoa.
I get into things. So.
This is, I'm going to just like glide through some of these pictures and you tell me when to stop. Have some videos.
Where was this?
Okay. So this one specifically, this was like a photo project that I did. So this is a place called Hallstatt in Austria. It's this very small town, unbelievably beautiful. Like it looks like it's a movie set. It's just this like old town. Everything's cobblestone. It's amazing. So in Austria, Czechia, and Germany, and some of the parts, mostly like southern Germany, they have this folklore tale about Krampus. And Krampus is this half goat, half demon. And it basically coincides with St. Nicholas, which is on December 5th, I think, 5th and 6th.
Right.
And so Krampus is like the opposite of St. Nicholas, but they're like friends in a lot of the stories.
Okay. Wait, they work together. I didn't know that. They work together.
Yeah, there's I'm not a folklore specialist in this, so I shouldn't say too much. But there's a few versions. But basically they do, a lot of these towns do this Krampuslauf, which means Krampus run. Okay. And they all dress up in these, like their costumes are made out of like goat fur, and each individual mask is like carved by a master mask maker, and it's like wood, and it's carved to fit that person's face specifically. Whoa. And in this town, this is like a rite of passage for young boys. When they turn 16, they're allowed to like join, the Krampus gang or whatever.
It's a kind of like what you're describing is kind of like the cooler version of like a Santa bar crawl. Like everyone's seen that, like, right? Like I feel like, that always just seems like a bunch of drunk people like, but this feels like what we want it to be. Like this
I found out about this and I went immediately. And so all of a sudden there's like 30 of these dudes in pitch black, and they're all wearing these insane costumes, and they're huge. And it's like, it's hard to explain unless they're in front of you, because the noises they make, and like, so they have these giant cowbells on them, so they're really loud. And they run after you with like whips made out of like brooms, and they whip you and they chase you. And then there's like fireworks and like things, like it's insane. It was crazy. It's terrifying. So it's absolutely terrifying.
I want to see, and I know we've been having some sound issues, but I still think it's a pretty amazing visual, if the sound doesn't even work right now, of this Krampus run, and you can kind of see it. Maybe I'm going to boost up all the volumes and just to see how it looks, because it is so cool. All right, let me see. I'm going to stop my screen.
And how old are these guys? Are they like kids, or are they like 18?
From 16 to like 50. It's a tradition, and they do it every year.
That's that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
Okay, I think. Oh, I may have figured out the sound issue. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to do it like this.
I would have nightmares. Like, I would just have nightmares.
This is amazing and frightening.
And this is nothing. I was too busy trying to take pictures and like run out of the way, so I wasn't gonna, I had bruises all over my legs the next day, and they go really easy on tourists. Like,
wait, so they're just whipping tourists? This is wow.
It's great.
Oh wait, should we show the other one too? Is the other one good? Like the
I think
the drunk Krampus.
Okay.
All right, so
this was after. So this was basically it's a very small town, and it's a lot of tourists, and they have their own little pub, the locals, that they go to after, and like, you're not allowed to go if you're a tourist, but I made friends with one of them and got in. And so this was right after the Krampus run, where they're all getting drunk for many hours.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
What are they saying?
I have no idea. It's German.
Wow, Rob, I think I saw some sex whips in there, which is Rob.
There's no sex whips. I doubt there's any sex whips over in Krampus.
I love this.
Robyn, were you scared, uncomfortable, or were you just like, oh, I'm not gonna get hurt?
No, this is a pretty. I mean, it's shocking when you like first see these, giant costumed demons coming after you, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely they do it like safer for the tourists. But when they know each other, they go after each other. Like they were messing with each other, or the other locals. So it was pretty funny. But this one was I was not in immediate danger in Austria.